Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, you're going to meet the leader of a company that helps with productivity and collaboration. Her story just ahead.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
Well, when I think about how much the world has had to change in the last few years, we had that pandemic, which caused everybody to have to go remote. And when you're going remote, you had to have new productivity skills and new ways to collaborate with your team. And when I think about productivity and collaboration, I think of Infor, and I think of Mimi Blankenship. She's one of the leaders. Thanks for coming on the show.
My pleasure.
Absolutely. Okay, so tell us more about Infor. What does Infor do?
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned the pandemic, and I think that's really important to note here. One thing that several things that we learned is that, companies really were looking to unify their processes and kind of get everybody on the same page. And so what Infor does is we provide companies with a single source of truth to increase collaboration and really to improve the relationships that are going on overseas with their, partners abroad and who they're buying from, improving customer satisfaction, and everything in between.
Absolutely. And preparing for the show, I found a great overview video. Let's go ahead and roll that.
We launched ACS in the latter part of 2015. We've become a tier 1 competitor and a very formidable player in the Trans-Pacific eastbound marketplace.
I think the best part about how we're different than the others is the structure of Allport Cargo Services. We're a flat organization. All the decisions are made right here on this floor. We pilot with customers for them to be able to understand the power of our service and the Infor Nexus platform. We feel that is a big differentiator for us, and it wins us a lot of business.
And the way it works is like this. Our customers, the beneficial cargo owners here, the retailers in North America, send us a purchase order, and we upload that into Infor Nexus. And we begin the collaboration effort between our clients' factories, the ports, the truckers, and we're managing all the physical cargo flow, the documentation flow, and all the related information that we collect to give our customers line of sight, complete visibility, real time, of all the activities that take place in Asia Pacific.
We work with Infor closely on our implementations, whether it's an enterprise customer or someone coming in on the ACS managed org, our processes are combined. We've been a thought leader in developing the logistics service provider module within Nexus, and it is ingrained in all of our processes and throughout our teams and our implementations.
We are deploying 10, 20 customers a year, and the consistency of those deployments is my biggest measure of success as an information systems person. I don't want to be surprised during an implementation. I want to be able to know, and my staff will know, that I'm going to deploy the application. It's going to behave in the same way for every customer. We can pull the data directly from Nexus, knowing that all of the data you're using is not manipulated. The customer goes into Nexus and looks at the same data, they see the same data.
All this information is thrown into the platform with one single system. So we'll be able to do the analysis from the system and be able to use the system platform called SEIs to do analysis and to serve different teams amongst the customers. So for the logistic team, they were more focusing on the carrier portion. And for the buying team, they would like to see that whether the vendor have the materials ready or whether they book it on time. And for the compliance team, what they're focusing will be on the ISF as well as the document submissions.
We focus every day on solving problems and not focusing on buying and selling ocean freight not being a trader or someone in the middle of that process trying to make money. We're focused entirely on continuous improvement, visibility, and all the solutions that our customers need to be successful.
We believe our product sells itself, and to that point, we don't have a sales team, we have referrals. And that's really a big part of how we've grown this business from 0 to 500,000 containers across the Pacific in such a short time frame.
I just simply tell other people that I'm using InfoNexus. It will help to save a lot of time and efficiency gain.
It's a game changer as far as we're concerned. The measure of success there is that we have customers asking, can they be in the customer spotlight, which I think is kind of cool.
We get a lot of thank yous. Gosh, we couldn't have done it without your team. It's amazing what you guys do. We're helping them, and that's really our measure. I mean, metrics are one thing, but making the customer happy, I think that's really what makes us stand out.
Mimi, it's a really cool company. I can see why you guys are so successful. And I know one of your secrets to success is a strong home team. So I want to start with a picture of your family. Tell me about qualities you got from mom and dad.
Yeah, so my family came here in the early 90s. I was 2 years old when I set foot in Dallas, and been here for practically all my life. And I think one thing that my parents have taught me and it kept me grounded is, you know, the art of perseverance and stick-to-itiveness. You know, I always show up, whether, you know, I'm doing a great job or maybe an okay job. You know, I come the next day looking to improve on what I've done. So I think that's one of the big things. And, you know, building bridges where there aren't any. I grew up translating for my family. And so, you know, making sure that everybody's on the same page at all times is very important to me. And I think that's one of the things that has helped me get ahead.
Sure. And they must be so proud of you.
I hope so.
Yeah. And speaking of home team, let's show some family pictures. Okay, what are we looking at here?
Oh, that is my 2-year-old daughter, Mia.
Oh, so sweet. Look at that. Already busy at work?
Absolutely.
What's her personality like?
Yeah, you know, she is very outgoing and she's very confident. I love that she feels like she belongs in every single room. And, you know, I think little girls need to have that sense of pride and confidence. So I've tried to instill that in her.
And tell us about your husband.
Yeah, so my husband and I have been married for about 5.5 years now. I met him in Dallas, and one of the things that I really like about him is that he keeps me not so serious. You know, he's a very casual guy, and I'm very type A. So. And
you're kind of fearless. I mean, tell us about this picture.
Yeah. So you know, one of my bucket list items was going skydiving, and I was able to do that a couple years ago. So.
Yes.
Yeah, loved it.
And a little inside story, when Mimi came in today, she wasn't sure she wanted to do the show. And I said, you know, it's kind of like skydiving. You just jump out of the plane. You got to trust the person you're doing tandem with. And you've done a great job on this show.
Thank you so much for having me.
Any final thoughts or words of encouragement you want to give to people who are just getting out of college and seeking career advice? I mean, what have you learned in your young life about the secret to success and finding a right career?
I would say, you know, always shoot your shot. I know there's a lot of, you know, job postings can be intimidating, and, you know, we don't necessarily check all the boxes out of college. And I just say go for it if you feel like conviction that you do have something special to bring to the table, you know, just go for it and see how it goes.
Outstanding. All right, that's it for now. We're going to end with the website, which is infor.com. The great Mimi Blankenship. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you.
That's it for now. We'll see you next time.